The army guarantees you a safe passage. Not many believed them after the atrocities they had committed. Hey guys, and welcome to a new Let's Play. I'm Highlighter, and today we are playing This War of Mine. This is a war game of a type not often seen, and this is a game which is expressly not fun. And I think that's the reason everyone should play it. This is a game about survival by the thinnest thread, really. And let's go ahead with it. I've played a lot of this. I recently got the Little Ones DLC, which I have never actually played before. I've seen a little bit of it. Played a lot of the base game, but it has been a while. So, without much ado... Ooh. Okay, I've survived quite a lot of these. I think these ones with kids' faces. They're the new ones. Man, haven't I survived all the rest of them? Oh no, I've not done this one. Well, I can't really remember how they all go. I remember most of the characters, so let's just start at the start. And see how we end up. I'm not sure how much is randomized. I think there's definitely some stuff that's randomized in it. Day 1. This game has great music. And a really distinctive art style. I love it. When the Civil War broke out, many people thought it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been years since government military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilian population trapped in the city are suffering from hunger, disease, and shelling. Katja met both Pavle, I've learned how to pronounce that, and Bruno before the war. She used to be a reporter, while Bruno had his own television cooking show. Pavle was the star of the local football team. Katja even interviewed him once. Now they meet in dramatically different circumstances, looking for food and shelter. And here we are. This is our home, and we need to get on it right away, because we need to scavenge supplies, and... oh, this lock's broken. Not broken, locked. Duh. Okay, what have we got? We've got stuffs. Let's grab all of it. Water, that's going to be important. Don't sit down, Bruno. I know I told you to, but... So, let's grab what we can. Hopefully, we'll find some lockpicks. Ah, food, excellent. Edible, but would be nutritious when cooked. Yeah, I've heard that about food. What have we got to scavenge up here? Okay, this is locked. Do we have any lockpicks? We should find one or two in the house. So Katja's got bargaining skills, that will be very important. Bruno's a good cook. He's slightly sick though. That's not great. We're going to have to get him some medicine sometime. And Pavle's a fast runner. I'm just going to go with Pavle. I'm not sure if that's entirely right. Ah, lockpick. Perfect. Actually, let's grab these. And then we'll get everyone clearing debris. Okay, that's not a bad haul to start with. We're also going to need to build a bed at some point. In fact, you know what? Let's do that now. So this is how we spend our days. In the house. Just making things a bit easier for ourselves. Building up defenses. Because we will get raided. Building useful items. Generally just trying to not die. Which is pretty much what this game is about. Finding enough food and water to keep you going just a bit longer. One more day at a time. There is an exploit where you can just leave the piles of stuff lying around, but that's not great. Well, exploit might be a strong word, but it means that if you do get raided, then nobody can grab it because it's not technically your inventory. I don't like doing that. Oh, she's finished building the bed. So she can clear this rubble. While Pavle will open something. What should it be? Might as well do this one because they're all going to need... Actually, no. If we get through this pile of rubble and open this, that might have another lockpick. Oh fuck it. Lockpicks are cheap. And we started using it anyway. Never mind. Onwards! Okay. Bruno, keep clearing the stuffs. What? Pavle, I don't know how you were doing that. Let's just go with it, okay? Yeah, it would be a lot faster if we had a shovel, but we don't have one. We might be able to make one with the... Oops, I thought that was broken. We might be able to make one with the supplies we have already, but frankly I don't find the shovels to be super necessary. They can be useful on some places in the world, but for now we'll just wait and see what happens. Normally if I skipped, or if I clicked end day, that would skip to the end and go through all these things ongoing. But we need to make the most of our first day. Okay, that's locked. Perfect. Brilliant. Let's see if we can make a lockpick, or maybe some other useful things. We can't make a lockpick. A crude stove we're going to need. Do we even have... No, okay. So, we'll build a stove. Because we're going to need to cook. We're also going to need a water collector. Bruno's slightly sick, so he might be able to get better with bed rest. We're going to have to hope for that because we don't have any medicine. Hopefully he won't get any worse. Right, where are we? Rainwater collector. Okay. Bruno, what are you doing? Build a rainwater collector for me, please. I'll just put it right there. We do need to build filters for that. Oh god, that's locked too. Okay. Right, she can go and help him while he has a rest. Probably won't make much difference in the time we've got left today, but actually, Pavle, you go and see what it'll take to upgrade the stove. This is one of the things I do as soon as possible, because it's much more efficient. So we need more wood and more components. Okay. Now, how do we make lockpicks? We need maybe a metal workshop. So we need more parts, more wood again. Radio, chair, filter. Right, we'll get the water going, then end the day. And then we'll go out for our first scavenging run. Right, end day, that'll finish that, start collecting a bit of water. And it's time for the night, so Bruno can go to sleep. Now, these indicate our inventory capacity, and the more the better, obviously. And we're going to need a lot of stuff, especially at the start. So we're going to put Katja on guard, and we're going to take Pavle out because he's faster and going to be more useful running around. Now, I've got 3 choices. I think if this was the first time we were doing the scenario, it would have only one place, which is generally safe, and I think that's the shelled cottage. The neighbourhood recently got shelled and many houses are still burning. People were fleeing for their lives in a hurry, so you may find some useful stuff without meeting anyone. Decrepit squat. It's been inhabited by the homeless since long before the war. They've always been struggling with the lack of food and might not survive the recent shortages. They shouldn't be a threat, we can find some useful things, okay? Want some materials, which is what we need. In a semi-detached house, half of it is a ruin, but there are people living in the other half. They don't seem friendly. At night you can sometimes hear shots fired from there. We could probably scour the abandoned part for supplies if we manage to sneak past the inhabited part. Danger. Yeah. We're not going to go there at first. I think we're going to go here. So she's on guard, he's asleep. Pavle can scavenge. don't need to take anything with us. I never take anything the first go around. You sometimes need like different equipment, like lockpicks. But we're okay without that. Okay. Components. Teddy bears. They're good for... or broken toys anyway. They're good for children, I guess. But mostly they're... oh, nice. Mostly they're for selling if you don't have a child in your group. So we need a lot of this. Now, it is possible to leave something at the start of the room. I'm kind of going fast because I know this room is empty. This house, rather. Ooh, vegetables. They're very good for our augmenting our food supplies. Water we're going to need. And sugar we use to make moonshine for trading. Yeah, it is possible to leave a stash at the start of the room and transport... start the level and transport everything there. And just have a safe stash. But it's kind of exploity. And it does make the game like super easy, I find. Because you can just go grab... ooh, bandages. Very valuable, very nice. Yeah, so you're able to just pile up the stuff, run in, grab exactly what you need. Come on. Which, you know, works really well. But I think for doing the LP, we're going to do it the traditional way. Explore upstairs first. So this is where a shovel would be handy, but we've got plenty of time. Got until about 5 AM, I think. Yes, lots more shit. We're definitely going to be coming back here. So we don't have anything to get into this locked room. But locks are always good. These red circles are noise. Luckily it's just a rodent here. But if this wasn't a place I knew to be safe, then I would be a lot more careful. Okay, almost there we go. Through. Okay, that's locked too, so we need 2 lockpicks now. Now we clear another one. Yay! Right, and we're almost through this last one. Perfect. Right, what's here? Was it worth going through that? Yes, it was. Okay. Right, broken weapon parts. We're going to need those. Mechanical parts, they're good. Electronic parts, and some jewelry. We're going to need all this stuff. But we're not going to need to barter right away. I think this is a good haul. I think I'll swap the sugar for some more wood. Or maybe some parts, actually. What have we got? We've got 20. We need 20 to upgrade the thing, wasn't it? So I'm going to leave that. It's actually a lot of sugar. Come on, where are those parts? Down here. The sugar you use to make moonshine, which you use to trade, but I don't think we're going to have a trader right away. Metagaming a little bit, but... Right. Run to the exit, Pavle. Let's get the fudge out of here. If you don't get back before dawn, there's a chance you won't get back at all. More likely you will get back, but you might get injured. You never know. Day 2. Okay. Some bandages and a few morsels of food. That's really fine stuff. The night was calm, thank goodness. Right, Pavle is now tired. Bruno... oh, he's no longer slightly sick. That's really good. So, now everyone's hungry, but they're only slightly hungry. Metagaming again, they can be hungry for... yes, upgrade that. They can be hungry for 2 days. So as long as you feed them on the 2nd day, they'll go back to being okay. So, can we build... no. We need more parts, more wood. Which means we can't get lockpicks, which is a pity. Can we upgrade this? No, thought not. So we need some parts, more wood. That's a good upgrade to get. This door is locked, isn't it? So it takes, if I remember right, about 4 hours for people to no longer be tired. so I can wait until Pavle's not tired, stick Katja to bed, and then one bed will do the three of us that way. I should have looked at the cooker beforehand, but generally you need more water. And vegetables are really good because it gives you 2 portions of food for 1 morsel of meat, compared to just 1 from without vegetables, and it's a lot more efficient on water. Now we're going to need to make firewood, but not yet. So what else do we need to do? Is that locked? I think that's locked too. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 lockpicks here. You know, it'll probably be better to make a crowbar, because that can do multiple unlocks. It's just a lot louder, but we're not needing to sneak around our own house. Okay, Pavle's now rested, so I can put Katja to bed and end the day, because there's nothing else really for us to do. We might be able to wait and see if somebody comes to visit, but that's unlikely. So, I'm not sure if Bruno and Katja have any difference in guard ability, but we're just gonna leave it like that. Okay, St. Mary's Church, new. It's a place for meetings for the local community. Priest Oleg is known for his charitable work and offering refuge to the poor. He might have something to give away or trade. The vestry behind the church is devastated and abandoned. We can find some useful materials. Caution advised. Possible trade. Don't really have much to trade right now. The garage. Before the war, you could have your car repaired there. It was a decent family business run by an impulsive son and his elderly father. If they still live there, they might be willing to trade with us. Alternatively, we might find a lot of useful parts there and maybe even some food. This is a really good area. Metagaming again. He needs medicine. And if you've got medicine, you can pretty much get anything you want. Because he's desperate. But so are we. Let's go back to the shelled cottage. Yes, visited. Making sure it's the right one. Not going to take any stuff, we're just going to get the materials and woods to build our metal shop. Then we can come back again with a crowbar and open up these things. What was this? This was the jewellery. Might be useful. Parts we need. Electronic parts we didn't need yet. This we might need to build a crowbar. And if not, we're still going to need weapons to defend ourselves. All that. Wood is sometimes hard to stockpile because it takes up such a large space in your inventory, and you're always using it for firewood as well. Okay. Some components. I can't remember how many components we need now. So there's 6 wood left, and 1 component. A bunch of wood here, I think. I just looked and I've already forgotten. Nope, that's a toy. And some more components here, isn't that right? Possibly. Yeah. Okay, so there's a ton of wood and 2 stacks of components. And that's all we need tonight. Day 3. Let's hope the night was quiet again. Oh, we've been raided. Shit. Someone tried to rob us. They must have been more scared than us, so they didn't do much harm. Too bad we had no weapons. Katja was wounded, but the attackers didn't steal anything. We should put more people on guard. Okay. Maybe we should get stuff for another bed, so that we can have 2 people on guard and 2 people sleeping during the day at once. Right, we definitely need food now. We're going to get Bruno to do it, because he's the good cook. Katja can sleep off her wounds, hopefully. But a slight wound isn't anything really bad. So, Pavle needs 4... what's it called? Water. What does Bruno need? He only needs 3, so that's worth doing. And we're going to need 2 firewood, aren't we? Because we need 3 lots of food. Now, metal shop. Let's get that. Then we can build a crowbar. There we go, that'll fit. Yeah, the raid wasn't very powerful, luckily, but they won't stay that way forever. Now, it's never explicitly stated anywhere, but you can build a mouse trap, rat trap, and from that you get morsels. I think you get 2 morsels from 1 rat, so this food, this isn't even a plateful, this isn't even a small amount. This is a tiny bit of meat, and that's ridiculously precious to us. Right, Bruno, you have a munch. Right. I hope I've not screwed up the timing on this. Right, he's tired, so hopefully Pavle will be able to sleep off last night. Yeah, Bruno wants his cigarettes because he's a smoker and we don't have any. Right, crowbar. Oh, that's expensive. Shit. But we're gonna need one. It's gonna be worth it. And how much is a bed? If we do have a second bed, then I can have 2 people on guard and not have to worry about it. So a bit more wood and a few more components. We can get that. Now the question is, do I open these or do I save it? I think if I open this, then I can start clearing this rubble. I'm not sure how many uses a crowbar is good for. I want to say 3, but that doesn't seem like very many. So, yeah, that's used up a big chunk of durability. Now, Katja's sick, so of course we're going to make her do manual labour. Right, Pavle's not tired anymore. Nope, he is still tired. Okay, go and eat. Bruno, have a lie down. I think we've got enough time. We might need to make Bruno sleep through the night in the bed, but that's okay. It's more important that Pavle's rested for his scavenging run. Although because it's a safe place, it's not so important, because he and Katja have the same inventory capacity. But I would like to have her sleep. And just get rid of this slight wound. If it progresses to more than slightly wounded, I will get her some bandages. It's the same with sickness. If it gets beyond slight, that's when I use medicine. Which, you know, maybe that's being stingy, but sometimes you don't get a lot of it. Come on, you've been asleep for hours, Pavle. 4 hours is just luxurious. I'm trying not to be flippant. This is a serious game, but at the same time, got to have some fun, otherwise we'll go mad. Right, sugar and jewellery. Nice. 2 jewellery to trade if somebody comes, but if they not come by the start of the afternoon, they probably won't be coming at all. Go and have a sit down. Or actually, how much does this need? A lot more components, a lot more wood. I'm not sure if I want to get the second bed. I think I probably do want to get that first because we want to have guards as soon as possible, especially if we're already getting raided and we have no weapons. Okay, let's progress. I think we're going to go back to the shelled cottage. Going to put both of them on guard. And Pavle's going to take the crowbar. Now, with any luck, the crowbar does in fact only have 2 uses. And it will break after that, which will free up an inventory slot. Which is kind of backhanded logic, but... yeah, this rings our noise, and it's not quiet. So you want to be careful if you're sneaking around somebody else's house. Well, at least if you're sneaking around it while they're home. Okay, a real cigarette, herbal medication, yes please. A cigarette we can leave behind for now. Shell casings and gunpowder to make ammo, Ammo. We will need that eventually, but we don't have any guns, so it's a moot point for now. We can also use the crowbar as a weapon, but it's a fairly weak one. If I remember right, weapons don't, or using tools as weapons doesn't degrade the durability. Okay, this still actually has several uses left. Okay, that's good. One of the flyers dropped on the city. It reads, "This is a zone of anti-terrorist operation. Persons remaining in the city will be treated as terrorist supporters. For your own and your family's safety, leave Pogoren immediately." That's the city, Pogoren. "The army guarantees you a safe passage." Not many believed them after the atrocities they had committed. Yeah, that's one of the common themes of this game, is that there's no side which you can trust. Okay, coffee. We should probably get some of that because Katja's a coffee drinker. But we need practical things more than luxuries. Right, this is actually kind of disappointing. How much wood did I need? I think that'll cover a bed. Don't really need that. We don't really need the ammunition yet. I think that'll have to do. Away home. Now we can build another bed. And we don't have to worry so much about getting people to sleep on time. Day 4. So, what happened tonight? The night was calm. Good. It's important to note that the game is saved at the start of the day. So whenever you stop playing and come back, and I'm going to have to do that between sessions occasionally, unfortunately, it will reload and re-roll the start of the day. So if the night was calm, you might get raided. If something bad happens, you might get away with it the second time around, which is kind of annoying, and you can abuse it, but we're just going to roll with it. Such are the vagaries of playing games. So everyone's hungry again, but that's fine. They can last another day. So, let's build another bed. Katja's bio is going, so let's... Katja, I grew up in this city, but went abroad to study and started working as a reporter. I'd been away for years. When the troubles escalated into a war, I was picked to write reports on it. I'd have volunteered anyway. I was so anxious to check on my parents. But it was too late. I found my house in ruins. My family had disappeared. I've been looking for them ever since. Day 4. I've been around more than any of my friends and relatives. Oh, I've been around more than any of my friends and relatives. I've met famous people. Readers find my interviews funny and incisive. But when I try to write down my experiences, I'm stuck. I want to find and hug my folks, not write about them. I wish I'd been seeing them more often. See Bruno. Before the war, I used to own a restaurant. I even had my own TV show, Bruno's Cuisine. I'm sure you've seen it. I visited beautiful places where I was filmed cooking exquisite dishes. All that seems of no importance now, don't you even think? Nowadays you're lucky if you can get your hands on some canned meat or a bag of rice. And who knows how long this war is going to last. And Pavle. Before this whole mess begun, I lived with my wife and son in the better part of the city. I haven't seen them in a long time. I hope they're okay. I'm not doing so well, as you can see. Who needs football players during war? Nobody cares about sports when every day can be their last. So I scavenged the ruins like everyone else, hoping for the best. Yeah. Like I said, this is a game you play not because it's fun. So, we're going to leave the guys to do this. I'm going to open these containers, and then we'll call it an episode, because we've been playing for a while. So hopefully we'll get some neat stuff. Usually in some of these lockers there's a lockpick or two. What have you got, Bruno? Tell me good stuff. Ah, a lockpick, perfect. And some real medicine. Thank goodness. Taste is terrible, yeah. Better than medications, which, you know, it's a crapshoot. Right, you go to bed, Katja. Yeah, this is really good. I like this now. We can have 2 people sleep during the day. That means we've pretty much got no sleep worries. We can have all 3 of them active during the night and still have plenty of time. So we'll crack open those. Maybe upgrade our workbench. Not sure if we have enough wood for that. We might find more in these lockers. Bandages, sugar, books, all good stuffs. We'll also want to upgrade the metal workshop soon as well. There's always a lot of things pulling on your resources. And okay, that's actually not great. Our crowbar's actually in quite good shape though. It might be tempting. I have some stuff to exchange. Excellent. Right, we'll go and answer the door, but we'll actually get Katja to do the exchange. Because she has the bartering skills. Right, so what have you got anyway? Okay, he's got vegetables, we're going to want them. Woods, a filter. I always buy filters if I can. Firewood as well. You can have it for almost nothing. This is what things cost. There isn't like a dollar value. It's more a question of scarcity. Water, we want to buy that too. And he likes things like medicine. These are high compliments. Interesting. And jewelry. We can't use that for anything that I know of. So... not sure. I think I'll just make her do the exchange. Oh, okay. Pavle's awake. You know what? She must be nearly rested by now. So we need 1 wood for that and a few components. How about this? We need a lot of components and a lot of wood. Okay. Right, well, we're going to focus on the workbench, because once we get that upgraded we can build some defences and plug up some of these holes in the house, which is suboptimal, being honest. You know what, she can just do the trade. I should have just sent her out. We'll still have enough time to put her to sleep. Nope, 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 go do the trade. I want Pavle to go to the water filter. Or to the water collector, anyway. So we're going to buy a filter. Right, I want the water, I want the firewood, because we're going to need that. That's again, that's a metagaming thing, to know that I'm going to need the firewood. Fine, we can have a deal. That's good enough. It's always worth pushing your luck. Now, it's kind of risky to trade away medicine, but it's only the herbal medication, and I don't like to rely on that anyway. And I've got a lot of bandages, which, again, risky to trade away, but I kind of want to keep the books. Oh, okay, that's enough. I also want lots of components, especially because they're still cheap. So let's see, what can we get for a bandage? A lot. Some wood as well. Okay, this is a problem, because we might be able to get more than can fit on his offer screen. So let's put them back, try and get some parts. That won't do. You have to do your best to maximize this. There we go. Components are good for that because generally they're the cheapest thing on the board. Although it seems wood is the same price. Okay. steel. And if we can get more components and wood, that would be super useful. Especially the wood, because it takes up so much space to actually bring it back home. These we're gonna need. Yeah. Last herbal med, that might be good. I also want to buy see, I've read somewhere that maybe it's not worth buying sugar, because you're just going to make it into moonshine, which you're going to trade back to him, so... I used to, or times past I used to just buy it a lot, but I'm not sure. And a lockpick, that might be worth taking. Kinda want the weapon parts too. So many good things! You know what, I think this is a good deal. Okay. Put the water on. Send Katja back to bed. No, Katja back to bed. Bruno, you can stay in bed. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Okay. Right, well I think that's gonna about do us for our first couple of days in this War of Mine. Normally, I'm probably gonna be ending an episode at the start of the day, just because that's where it saves, but I don't suppose it matters too much as long as I'm not ending my session. But we'll see how it goes. Bye, trader. But for now, I think we've done alright. So thank you so much for watching this part of Let's Play This War of Mine. I hope you've learned something.